Hi, so as we start our geometry unit, our first topic is going to be geometry basics. And our first level of geometry basics is just knowing which angles are which and what's important about them. So if you can think back to secondary one and maybe even eighth grade, a lot of this you've already seen. So as you look, it says name all the pairs that are vertical angles. Remember, vertical angles are the ones that are formed when two angles cross. So as we look, we know that our vertical angles are 1 and 4, 2 and 3, 5 and 8, and 6 and 7. So again, vertical angles are the angles that are across from each other when two lines intersect. It's asking us if they're equal, complementary, or supplementary. And hopefully from back in middle school, we remember that they are equal to each other. All right, so vertical angles are always equal to each other. And the way we usually write that is we are going to write that as a statement. And we would write angle 1 is congruent to angle 4. You're going to have angle 2 is congruent to angle 3. Angle 5 is congruent to angle 8. And angle 6 is congruent to angle 7. Sometimes you'll see the M in front of it for the measure of angle 1. Sometimes you'll just say which angles are congruent. All right, but vertical angles are always equal to each other. Another example of using that situation where you have lines crossed by a transversal. So regardless of what it looks like, you have two lines that are going to be intersected by a transversal, like up above. And it's asking you to name the pairs of consecutive interior. So consecutive means in a row. Interior means it's in between the two lines. And so as we're looking, our consecutive interior angles would be this angle and this angle. Or we have, or we have the ones on this side. Okay, so this angle and this angle. So they would be consecutive interior. Another name for consecutive interior would be same side interior, which is also a great vocab word to remember, that you could see or say it both ways. With consecutive interior or same side interior, the angles are considered supplementary, which means they're going to add up to 180. So the sum, so this means the sum is 180 degrees. Complementary, remember, means 90. So the sum is 90, and equal obviously is equal. So if I was going to write these angles, and again, we have them labeled up above as this is our angle 3, angle 5, and then this is angle 4 and angle 6. So if we were to write a sentence saying what angles we've got the measure of angle 3 plus the measure of angle 5 equals 180. And because I'm talking about an angle measure, that's why I need to make sure that I have the M in there. When I'm saying that I just have two angles equal to each other or congruent to each other, I don't need the M because I'm not talking about the measure. I'm just talking about an angle. But if I'm talking about it adding up to something, I need to make sure I have the M there. I also have the measure of angle 4 plus the measure of angle 6.